I've got a great idea. Come on, let's get started.
Look around, find your inspiration. Take that step, use your imagination. You don't need to go direct, the road may not lead where you expect. Cause it's the trip, it's not the destination. Make the magic, take the stage. Roll the camera, turn the page. Take a chance and do the dance. Our story starts with a beat in the heart. Find your own voice, it's what sets you apart. Our story starts with a beat in the heart.
Hi, I'm Tomie DePaola. Oh, thanks, Mario. Want to tell some stories? Come on in. Today's newspaper. You know, I love to read all kinds of made-up stories, but I also like stories about things that are really happening in the world. Hi, Gabe.
Oh, another newspaper, huh? Didn't you just get one of those yesterday?
I get a newspaper every day, Gabe.
Well, why? Didn't you like the one you got yesterday?
Well, Gabe, every day the newspaper is filled with news stories.
What kind of stories?
Oh, stories about things that happen in the world, around the country, and right in our own hometown. Look, here's one about a dog who saved a firefighter from a fire.
Wow, that sounds like an exciting story.
And what makes it even more exciting is that it's true.
That's pretty neat, Tommy. Oh, what's this?
Oh, that's just an advertisement. The supermarket is having a sale on walnuts.
Now that's my kind of story. I'll be at the supermarket if you need me.
Some of the best stories are real stories. You don't even have to look at a newspaper to find them. In fact, stories happen to you all the time. Pay attention to what's happening around you, and you can find a real story to tell people.
Even if sometimes they do not believe you.
Oh, hello, Stregonona.
Hello, Tommy. Let me tell you about something that really happened to Big Anthony. And probably could only happen to Big Anthony. One night, we were waiting for him to come home for supper. Oh, it is getting so late. I hope nothing happened to him.
Sorry I'm late, Stregonona.
Oh, he's here. Good. Let's eat.
Bambalona, please. Big Anthony, what happened?
Oh, nothing really.
Nothing happened. Let's eat.
Please. You're out of breath. You're very late. You don't have your hat. Something must have happened.
Yes, tell us after supper.
Or tell us now, and then we'll eat.
Well, let's see. I went into town to deliver the eggs like you told me to do. But as I started heading home again, a rabbit took my hat. Hi, Bunny. Hey, come back with my hat! Stop!
A rabbit took your hat?
Yes, a rabbit.
A rabbit, your hat, fascinating. Let's eat.
I tried to chase after the rabbit, but he was too fast and I lost him. Lucky for me, I met a dog who knew where he lived. Have you seen a rabbit? Thanks.
Fine then. You found the rabbit, now you're home. Let's eat.
Well, actually, it was the sheep who really helped me.
What sheep?
The sheep who lived where the rabbit used to live. Excuse me, have you seen a rabbit with a hat? Oh, he moved. Do you know which way? Oh, that was left, right, straight, then right again? Thanks.
Are you trying to tell me you understood the directions a sheep gave you?
Of course not. I got completely lost, but thank heavens I met a very nice moose who gave me a ride.
A moose gave you a ride. That's ridiculous.
I know. It was pretty silly of him to offer me a ride when he was on his way to his wedding.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered in honor of this moose and this cow so that we may join them.
We couldn't find the rabbit, so the moose invited me to his wedding. It was lovely. I cried.
Ah, well, that is quite a story, Big Anthony.
Moose getting married, dogs and sheep giving directions, a hat-nabbing rabbit. If this story is true, I'll eat your hat.
If I ever get it back.
Oh.
Just a moment.
Who is this?
Oh, wow. Well, it's good to see you again, and you found my hat. Thanks. Have a happy honeymoon.
I don't believe it.
Oh, I believe you caught it. You've always been really good at playing catch.
I meant... Never mind.
Let's eat. What's for supper?
I'm having hat.
Oh.
True stories can be the best stories, and they happen to you every day. Ciao, Tommy.
Ciao, Streganona. Of course, you don't need to run into a moose who's getting married to tell a great true story. You just have to take a fresh look at the amazing things around you every day. Now, let's take a look at this. Every picture tells a story. What story do you see? You may not think that what happens to you is interesting to other people. I used to feel that way too. When I was in school, they would always make us write about what we did on our summer vacations. Well, I never thought anything I did was all that great, so I made things up. It took me a while, but I found out people were interested in my real stories, like the ones I've told in 26 Fairmont Avenue and some of my other books. You can make a book about your real stories too. Let's say your book is called What I Did on My Summer Vacation. You might use pictures of you and your friends playing, postcards from a trip you went on, ticket stubs for movies or ball games you went to over the summer. Once you've gathered everything together, find a book to use. You can use any blank notebook. I like these composition books. Go through the book and decide where you want everything before you start gluing. Then, using a glue stick, paste everything down. And when you're done, you'll have a most amazing true story about your summer, your favorite hobby, or anything else you choose.
Hi, Tommy. Thanks for showing me how to make my own real storybook. You're right about real stories being fun to tell.
I'm glad to hear it, Gabe. Is that your book?
Yeah, it's all about nuts.
Oh, that's very interesting. How did it come out?
Great. But it's taken all my willpower to keep from eating it. Maybe just a little nibble.
While I keep Gabe from eating his book, let's meet someone who knows all about telling real stories. Today's guest storyteller, Chris Connelly.
Ready? Hi, Tommy. Hi, Gabe. Gabe? Hope so. I'm Chris Connelly, and I work for MTV. I'm a journalist for MTV, and so what I do is I tell stories, but with any luck, they're true stories, and most of them are about entertainers, particularly in the fields of music or movies or television. And I work here at MTV News. So I started out working at a magazine where I just answered the phones for a while, and eventually they gave me a chance to write a little and to interview some people, mostly actors and musicians, guys who were in movies or guys who had new records coming out. And I found out that I really enjoyed it. And maybe one of the reasons why I enjoyed it was that I tried to really know a lot about these guys before I went to talk to them. And I would find out stuff. Well, let me show you how. Yeah, can I speak to Eminem, please? I don't know what he's registered on. Maybe you could look under Mr. M? Well, if Mr. M's not there, how about Mr. Rogers? So, usually I'm sort of told who I'm going to talk to. Like if somebody's got a new movie coming out, an actor or something, then I'll probably talk to her. Or if somebody's got a new record coming out, like a new CD or something, like maybe it's a band or a solo artist, well, I'll talk to them. So when I find out that I'm going to be interviewing them, first thing I do is I go to my voluminous library here, and I take out all these magazines, and I just start reading them, one after the other after the other. just to try to find out something about who these people are. And then I'll go on the internet sometimes, and I'll look up various places. Like, for example, I'll start with our MTV website here. Say I've got to interview the band NSYNC. Well, I'll look at all the stories that we've done on the band NSYNC. Let's see what we got here. So I like to do a lot of preparation before I interview somebody. And that means gathering a lot of information from different sources. And when I gather that information, I write the stuff down that really matters to me on a sheet of paper like this. It can be pretty messy sometimes. So a lot of times people ask me, how can I become somebody who interviews people? And this is the first thing I tell everybody to do. That's right, listen. Don't talk. Listen. Keep your eyes open and keep your ears open and find out about other people. Be curious about other people. Find out what their lives are like. Take an interest in the people around you. Your classmates, your family, your teachers. Everybody's got an interesting story to tell if you're just willing to watch and to listen to that story. Then you can take those stories and write them down and make them your story. Anyway, guys, that's what I do for a living. You know, I love interviewing up-and-coming artists and new people. So, Gabe, I hear that music career is coming along pretty well. Maybe someday I'll be coming by with a camera and a microphone to talk to you. Anyway, great talking to you. Thanks a lot, Tommy. Thanks, Gabe. Gabe, leave a little for other people next time. Thanks.
Thanks, Chris. Oh, what an exciting job he has, interviewing all those interesting people and telling their stories.
What should I say?
Well, what's going on, Gabe? Are you working on another book?
No, Tommy, I'm trying to write a letter to my new pen pal. I want to tell him about me, but I can't figure out what to say.
Oh, yeah, descriptions are hard, especially when you're talking about yourself. One way to get started is to go through the alphabet and come up with a description of yourself for each letter. For instance, I'd be A, artist. B, book author. C, cook, because I like to cook a lot.
Oh.
You try it, Gabe. Start with A.
Hey, almond lover.
B.
Brazil nut eater.
C.
Cashew chewer.
The alphabet. It's a great way to get started telling the world who you are. Okay, E.
Tommy, are you sure everyone has a real story to tell?
Of course, Gabe. Everything that happens to us can be turned into a story.
Everything?
That's right. Why, even the two of us talking right now could become a real story.
Gabe and Tommy talking. The true story of a squirrel and his buddy.
What do you think?
I think there's got to be a better story than that.
Oh, I think so too. And here they are. Stories from you. Everyone has stories to tell, and their own way to tell them. It's about sharing what's in your heart and letting the world know, this is my story.
We were going to Yosemite National Park, and when we got there, we went on a little trip through the canyon right there. Near the parking lot, we saw Yosemite's falls. It was real pretty, so my dad stopped and he looked at it, and then he told my mom that he saw two big rainbows on the sides of it. And then after that, we went through this little canyon, and we were crossing the bridge. What we saw was snow on one side of the bridge, and then on the other side, we saw snow, but it was shaped like a snake. And then it was white, and it had little eyes, so it was pretty cool. At the end, we went to play in the snow, and we had a snow fight. And then after that, we got in our big red van, and we drove back home.
Thanks for sharing your stories with us. They were great, weren't they, Gabe? Okay, that does it. Today, I'm going to find out where that squirrel goes every day at this time. Come on, help me look. Well, I don't see him here. Oh, and he left his soccer ball, so he's not playing soccer. Maybe he's out front. Well, there's his blanket, so we know he's not taking a nap. Maybe he's in the front yard. Nope, he's not here. You didn't see him, did you? Maybe he's upstairs. Nah, he never goes upstairs. I know, the kitchen. We all know how Gabe likes to eat. I bet he's in here somewhere. No. He's been snorkeling in the sink again, but he's not here now. Let's try the fireplace. Oh! Now, we know where he keeps his extra food, but I still can't find him. You don't see him, do you? I know one last place to look. Nope, he's not here either. Gabe's just disappeared again, and I don't have a clue where he went. What's this? Looks like some kind of music. Keep on telling stories. I wonder what that means. Oh well. Gabe! Gabe?
And what happened next?
Well, they let us play, and we were a big hit.
Great story, guys.
And it's all true.
Reality inaugurates many of our most intriguing episodes.
Yeah.
What do you say? In other words, hit it! Keep on telling stories!
Yeah, keep it real.
Woo! I always do.
Oh, yeah.
Need a plot with great appeal. Hey, it's not a big, huge deal. Take a shot and start your spiel. Tell a tale about something really real. La, 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 la.
La, 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 la.
Find a fact. Shoot. That's what you do. Life is packed. Shoot. It's what happens to you. All you lack. Shoot. Is this simple clue. Tell a story and tell it true. Yeah. La, 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 la.
La, 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 la.
Tell me a story. Paint a scene.
Put it on a screen.
Tell me a story. There's a joke or a poem in every home. You gotta keep on telling stories. Tell me a story. Tell me a story. Sometimes true stories are the most unbelievable one.
I don't believe you.
Oh, yeah? I got lots of unbelievable true stories. Like the one about my cousin Shirley. For 20 years, she thought she was a sheep.
Thought she was a sheep? Why didn't anybody take her to the doctor?
We couldn't. We needed the wool.
No. Is that really true?
Want to buy a sweater?
Hey, let's get back to the tune. Tell me a story.
Inspiration's on its way.
Stories happen every day.
Tell me a story. Every song you sing, gotta make it your thing. Gotta keep on telling stories. You know you won't be sorry if you keep on telling stories. Keep on!
So, Gabe, have you come up with any real stories you'd like to tell?
I'm trying, but nothing interesting ever happens to me.
Oh, I'm sure great stories happen to you every day. You just have to look for them. I remember one time when my father was planning to burn weeds.
Gee, that doesn't seem like much of a story.
Maybe not, but it turned into the Great Backyard Inferno at 26 Fairmount Avenue. With help from some friends, Dad was going to burn away all the weeds behind the house so that we would have a nice, clear backyard for playing. Of course, we kids weren't going to be anywhere near the fire. That was for grown-ups. They made sure all of us kids were a safe distance away. Then they started. My dad and a bunch of other grown-ups stood around the edge of the backyard holding old brooms, buckets of water, and wet burlap bags. That was to keep the fire under control. At first, they did such a good job, the whole fire went out. Dad started it again. This time, the fire caught and burned bright and strong. Everyone gave a cheer. But then, the smoke started to get in people's eyes. Suddenly, the fire was really big. We kids were safe, but all the grown-ups were shouting and banging the flames with wet brooms and burlap bags. Then the brooms and bags caught fire. Quick, Floss, my dad shouted to my mom. The hose! The hose! My mom went down the house. Then the fire. She kept squirting water until the fire was out. It meant that someday soon, we'd be able to move into our new home at 26 Fairmont Avenue.
Gee, Tommy, you must have been scared.
Oh, I think everyone was, even the grown-ups.
No wonder you've got so many stories. You sure lead an exciting life.
Oh, no more exciting than anyone else. Oh, come on, Gabe. Something exciting must have happened to you recently.
Oh, nothing really. Oh, except, well, yesterday I slid all the way down the side of an oak tree backwards and upside down without stopping.
Really?
It all started after Mom trimmed my claws.
This is going to be good. Remember, keep telling stories. And then what happened?
Oh, well, you'd be surprised how fast a squirrel can slide backwards upside down an oak. And I hear pine trees